Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here at the Cannes Film Festival, and it's time to review Coupes, aka Final Cut, aka Z. Which one is it called? Seeing the movie didn't help. This is the One Cut of the Dead remake, directed by Michel Hazanavicius, French language remake of the Japanese zombie comedy. And I did my homework, I watched the original One Cut of the Dead so I could compare them, and in fact, they're very, very similar. And so my experience watching this film was actually a lot of comparing the two, so forgive me because I'm about to compare them a lot. Now, I like the original. I think it's got its own kind of low budget charm, but I'm not super attached to it. I don't think it's like a masterpiece, but it's very fun, enjoyable, kind of clever. You know, doesn't make me hoot and howl with laughter, subverts your expectations. It's a unique movie, and the same can be said about this one because beat for beat, this thing follows pretty closely along to the original. And the best thing you can say about the new one is that it does what the original did well. Now, there are some differences to the original. They rephrased a lot of the ways that characters say things. They added some additional jokes and gags. There are also some nods to the original. There's an actor with a smaller role in the original who is back in this one, and that's fun to see. If you love One Cut of the Dead so much that you want to remake it, I am kind of surprised that you're not motivated to add even more like original gags, because there are a lot of ways you could redo that first movie, but just in a different way and shift things around. And this movie really doesn't do that too much. Some jokes hit maybe even a little better than the original. Maybe that's just because I saw it in a theater. And some things are possibly slightly weaker. But honestly, for me, the differences in enjoyability were not that wide. It captures the humor and the spirit of the original with different actors and a little bit of a different filmmaking style. I think the biggest difference is probably visually. This one is much more colorful and polished. Even the bad movie making looks better visually and has more dynamic and deliberate camera choices. Now, that doesn't necessarily make it better because you can definitely argue that the original had a low budget charm, but I wouldn't want this one to fake that it's more scrapped together than it is. So I liked the visual upgrade here, if you can call it that. Alexander Desplat actually jump scared me in the credits, did not see that coming. And I remember thinking that I actually liked the music in this one more, and no wonder. Not only that, but they actually added in a character who does the music in this movie, and that ended up getting a lot of laughs. That was a great addition. If you loved the original, I have a feeling you're gonna like this one even less. But you know, for me, I thought the original was good, and I thought this one was good. I'm avoiding spoilers because there's a reveal around like 35 minutes into the movie that I think you're supposed to be pretty surprised by. But the middle does drag. The original, I think, also lagged in the middle, but this one, I think that's the section where you can feel the extra 15 minutes, and it was definitely the weakest part of the movie. But the movie culminates in a really fun third act, and that makes the entire thing worth it. It kind of fills in the gaps that you were confused by in the beginning of the movie. In a way, the whole thing is a build-up up to that payoff that is the third act. And it's kind of a blast. The audience was having a great time. And you know what? It has that right dose of heart in the end of it. This one actually chose a different spot to end in, and I thought it was the better place to end the movie. I think all the actors really delivered. There wasn't anybody who I was like, yeah, but I like them better in the original. Bernice Bejo, Hazanavicius regular, has some really fun moments in this movie. I really liked what the actor playing the famous actor did with his role. He really made that character seem like more arrogant. I liked his jerky zombie movements. I would say maybe the daughter's role in this one felt a little less prominent, even though I can't really think of anything that the character did more in the original. She stuck out a little less to me in this one. So in the end, does it justify being remade? I'm not sure, but does being just like another good version of the movie justify it? I would say I guess so, because I think that people will see the movie and have fun with it. There's a lot of clever, funny stuff in here, but the laughs aren't the best part for me. The best part is that this movie kind of has that love for scrappy movie making and all the mistakes that come along with it, the improv. I would probably argue that the original captures that a little better because it has a little bit of a jankier style. But this one still hits on that note. I was wondering why this movie was chosen to open the festival, but At the end, I was like, okay, you got the love for movie making in there. I understand that that's why it's a great way to kick it off. The movie celebrates the journey of movie making and not necessarily the quality of the final cut, which I think is cool. I would give it a 7 out of 10. More Can reviews coming your way very soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. What kind of zombie are you going to be when you die?